Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. We're working on more ephemera today for the Peacock Journal. So I hope you join me and enjoy what I'm doing and get some ideas and inspiration from it. I'm using quite a few like cast-offs, I guess you would say. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to use those. Here is the sneaky peek of the day. This is my sunflower journal. It was at the shop, and I brought it here so I could give you a flip through. So here is some of the ephemera that was from the kit itself. This was just like a little extra piece, and all I did was punch a hole in it and tie a bow. But it was cute. This here is actually glued to the back page. This dark page, I didn't think anybody could write on it. So I wanted to put a few things in here they could write on. In the pocket, I put a pretty lace around the outside and just some little gewgaws and this grand literary, whatever that is. And I had a few little extra leaves that I had punched out. It's like a little punch, and I wanted to use those in here because they had like that pretty color. Oh, I flipped right through that, didn't I? Well, that was just one of the digitals that I picked out to put in here. I don't think it went with this kit. It was just something different. Here's a, and it's just like little pieces and parts, I guess. It's a collage that I made. I got this. This was like Katie's Corner, and that was as well. That was from Scrapbooking with Me. This was like a little cast off, and you can see I kind of mashed that eyelet. So then I put a little vine over it and a number and put it on a little polka dot page. And I thought it turned out pretty cute. Now this was my faux envelopes that I did in one of my Easy Peasy pockets here recently. Plus I have a video already on that. It's made to where you can have two pockets. Actually, it's like a little tucky area up in here, and then you got the pocket here, and then you got the big pocket at the back. And we have a postcard there, and it's a really pretty postcard. I love the stamp on there and the butterfly. Okay, and that sticks in behind. And I have a little cloth destination down here and a few other things to decorate that up with. Okay, enough sneaky peeks. Now we're getting on to the main attraction. And I bought these from Tim Holtz, and they were those windows. Now, these are some really good what do you call that? Cardstock? No, you got a name for that, and I can't remember it right now. Chipboard, that's it. Ooh, give me a point. So anyhow, this is the chipboard that was left over. And since my Peacock journal is going to be sort of Moroccan themed, I chose, well, we're going to paint these up. I went on Etsy yesterday and I found the perfect, I'm trying to figure out what color I want to go with. I got all my distress paints over here, and I'm trying to figure out what color I'm going to go with. I might go with this dark green. Let's try that. And anyway, I found these beautiful doors and windows that were Moroccan themed. And oh my gosh, well, I'll go to order it. They were only $1.20. Well, I'll go to order it, and I didn't realize the way it was going to work. It went to where I had to, something about the images were too large for the zip file or something. And it sent me to another spot, and I didn't know how to get into that and print them out. So I just had to forget about them. So I thought, well, I'll just make my own doors and windows. And then I thought of this. I had these over in my box ready to be worked with. And so I thought that would do the trick for me. I think we'll just make the two big ones this color. And then we'll go for another color on the little ones. Yeah, I hope everybody is doing well, and I really appreciate you coming by to see me. I don't know, this may be being shown on Easter or the day after, so I want to wish everybody a very, very happy Easter with lots of wonderful company, family, great food. Oh, this year we have to make everything and haul it up to my in-laws. And I'm going to be making another dish of the same thing for my parents to give them for their Sunday, since I won't be able to have them up here. Usually I have everybody here on Sunday. They just walk across the field or drive across, and since everything's going to be up there in Rockbridge County, I can't have them here. And they're too old to want to have to be taken up there all the time. All right, that color was Forest Moss, and this one I'm going to choose to do the Lucky Clover. I have the Salvage Patina, and we may come back in and try to do something with that. I also have this Antique Bronze. So, let's see. Oh, I just opened this, and it's got a seal in it. I forgot all about the seal. Ooh, there we go. It almost burped on me. That's what it felt like. Oh, it did. It did a little bit. Let's wipe that baby up. Okay. Put that down here. Now, these paints are permanent once they dry. And they're really great to have to do all kinds of mixed media with. And I thought see how pretty it is? It's like a Lucky Clover is sort of a teal, a deep teal. It's got a tad of green in it. Now, these two pieces here were actually together like that. That's how they came. And see, they kind of packaged them up like that. So what happened was I went and took my X-Acto knife and my ruler, and I cut them apart. I'm wondering if I'm going to have to do the edges on here. That's kind of why I brought a couple of different colors over. So we'll see what we need to do. It could be I just run a magic marker along the edge. I don't know. Let's see what's easier. Maybe this is easier. I didn't do the big ones, but I can do them in another color. Now this is where it's been chopped open, so it's kind of raw. And it's sucking in all of that paint. Okay. So, yeah, I didn't want my parents to have to travel off from the house, and my brother's going to he's already fixed the ham over there for them. And then I'm going to be doing the twice baked potatoes, the broccoli casserole, and what else? I'm going to try to do some baked apples. My mother-in-law does these baked apples, just a couple of cooking apples, and she puts cinnamon and brown sugar. What else was it? There was something else in there. I can't remember. Vanilla? No. Anyhow, then she has these red hot candies, and she puts those in it. She didn't give me any measurements whatsoever. So I'm going to be winging it. But it's always really good. It's really red, too, because of those red hot candies. I think she said the only place she can usually find those is at Kroger's. I'm hoping it's not going to be that hard. Me and Mom's going out tomorrow to do the shopping so I can get everything. And then I've got the rest of Friday and Saturday to do the cooking. I got a carrot cake to make. And what else? I don't think I'm doing deviled eggs. I probably won't have time. I'll just stick with the main meal ingredients. They'll probably fill everybody up anyhow. Now that is just sucking right into that. I don't know that I'm making any difference by doing this. All right. Let's see if I can use the rest of this and I have to pour any more out. Yeah, back in the day when the nieces were young, my sister-in-law brought her daughters down, and I always did some kind of Easter egg hunt extravaganza thing. One year I went somewhere and they had, I call them the pterodactyl eggs, those big eggs you get about this big, and you had two others nested inside of it. Well, I got several of those And I went around and tried to do things, hide things. As I got older, I tried to make it harder. All right, I brought out this stamp and stencil set, and it is, I think it's Crackle and Splatter. That's the only thing I could figure out. But it's THMM123, and it's got these towel pieces that go with my Moroccan idea. So I think I'm going to try to do something around the outside edge of this door. Let me get my stamp. And I don't know how easy this is, or well this is going to work, but I think I would like to try to put maybe some gold. I think I was supposed to be shaking those other ones. I didn't even think about it. But I'm going to put this antique bronze on here and see if I can stamp it or get it on my stamp. Good grief, I can't get the thing open. There we go. Ugh. I haven't had it open for a while. All right, I'm going to try to do it this way with these old, triangular things from like Sally's Beauty, just these little foam thingies. And I'm going to try to do it like this where I don't get a lot on there and see if that'll work. I got to work fast though because it dries fast. Yeah. But if I get too much on there, it's going to cover the all the little creases and stuff. Oh, it worked. That works well enough, because I'll hold it up to you here in a minute. Let's do some more. We're going to go all the way around that outside corner. Oh, well, all the outside corners, I should say. Phrase it right, girl. Me and my English. Oh, well, that's fine. It's like kind of an old antique look I'm trying to go for here. But yeah, I would do all kinds of stuff for them to hide. I made a map one year and I put a dot on there. Now I drew really specific things around the house. And so they could be able to tell where that was supposed to be at. So that worked pretty good. And then one year, I was remembering my Sunday school and going and learning about, the Sermon on the Mount when they divided the fishes and stuff, and then all these other things. And I was trying to bring that into my Sunday or my Easter egg hunt that year, and lo and behold, it didn't quite work. I was trying to make it where the little one was always cheating and following the big ones around and finding stuff because she was just following them. Well, I was trying to make it to where each one of them would be divided up and they had to go in separate directions, but it didn't work that way because I messed up the way it was supposed to work. Oh, well. Oh, let's see, one year I took photographs. I went and hid everything around, and then I took a photograph of where it was, and especially if it was near a particular color or an item like a license plate or something like that, that got taken and put into the photo. So they were able to have a nice clue to figure out where that was going to be. And I don't know how well that really turned out, but I think they did well. I mean, I had a really bright color on my dad's mud mixer, which is, for his cement in his masonry. And I forget, there was a couple other places that really stood out. I'm going to see if I can get a little bit more around the edge, but I'm not so sure how much is going to really turn out for me here. Like right in here. Not too bad. I just need it to be besides, right at the top. I remember one year when they were really little, we just stood in the yard, and he let the yard grow up a little bit. So we just like stood at the top of the hill up here and just kind of rolled them down the hill. And they just kind of fell wherever they fell. And they got to find them that way. Alright, I kind of like that. It's got a little different to it, a little different pattern and everything. I got to get this paint off my poor stencil. You're probably shouting at me that I shouldn't have done this. I'm going to go in here and wash it right away. Okay. Alright, as you can see, it didn't turn out too bad. I got most of it off. What little bits in those cracks won't hurt anything. And it was all for a good cause, wasn't it? Alright, let's see what else I got. I got this one here with the round ones on it, and then I have that one. I don't know if it's big enough to make an impression on here, though. Let's practice and see. Okay, let's get that one on here. And I wanted to show you these two. See how that little pattern turned out on there? It's subtle, but it's there. And you can tell it's like tiles. And tiles is a really big thing with the Moroccan theme. I need to tilt it that way so the light shines on it for you. Okay, so those are done. Oops, set them over to the side. And then these two, is it going to make any difference if I... Gosh, that'll cover almost that whole thing. Alright, what color am I going with? Am I going to go with the... I think the light teal is too light. Let's see about silver. Yeah, I got a silver over here. Let's try, or brushed pewter. Excuse me. So let's see how that one goes. Alright. I just wanted to try something different today. Give y'all some ideas on how you could use your stamps if you're not using them for stamp purposes. Okay, let's spread that out a little bit and tamp it down. Alright, get it on here real quick. And see what we got. Oh, I did a big old pile there. Let me pick it back up again. Alright. This is going to cover this whole area here. Ugh. Well, it didn't turn out as dark as I wanted it to. Let's put some more on it. Oh, yeah. That one got coated good. Let's try this corner. Much better. It's still subtle. Don't get me wrong, it's still subtle, but it's a lot better than what it was. Okay, I'm going to try this right here. And then see about putting that little bit right there. Oh, yeah, that worked. That worked. Okay, this right here. And a little bit right there. And I don't know if gold is specific or if it's just bright colors. I was trying to Google it last night on, what was really Moroccan. I thought I was going to be doing Bohemian, but it turned out that, I'd rather go with Moroccan, I guess. I'm crazy about doors and windows, you know that. So I think that's why I kind of chose to go in this direction. Let's finish this one off. It's great because I got like enough on there to kind of give the impression of what I want them to do. See if I can just... What little bit's left here, I'll get it on there. Okay. Okay, and this is what these turned out to be looking like. See, it's very subtle, but it almost looks like it's an imprint in the wall kind of a deal. So, we got these prepped up, ready to go. What's next? Okay. Okay, I have Miss Celeste at Woodland Inspired to thank for these two dies she sent me. And they're gorgeous. They're perfect for this. Just perfect, Celeste. So, I'm going to cut those out. And here's what I ended up with. So this one, I got everything cut out except for this very middle piece. And it's right here. It's going to go on a belly band that we're going to do here in a minute. And then this one was the one I thought looked so much like a garden gate. Well, I'm actually going to get 2 pieces out of it. So I'm using the outside for one of the doors, or a door itself. I'm not really sure. And then the other one's going to be going like right here. So we're going to see how I'm going to use it. Because this one might be a standalone. It might not be with the door. And then again, it may be. I don't know. So let's glue this one down. We're going to go ahead and glue the outside first, so I can see what's what. I cut these pieces from one of the paper pads that I got from Michael's the other day that I showed you. And we're just going to go and glue the whole back side of this thing. And get this on here. I always put money in my eggs for Easter. I sometimes would do candy. Sometimes it was hot. And then I know one year they didn't find an egg because my husband was out mowing, and he found it. He says, "That quarter's mine." I said, "That's fine. You found it. It's yours." Oh, gosh. But yeah, I always put some money in there. And they, at the end, they are all sitting there on the deck, counting up their loot, seeing how much they got. That's crazy. All right. That, I didn't get it all the way down, did I? So I need to trim that just a tad. Okay. That's all it took. Now, we're going to take my tweezers, because you know I can't function without them. And we're going to glue this guy. And I think we're just going to do the outside, because I don't think the inside needs to be bothered with. Now, before I get ahead of myself, I have something that's going to go in that circle. I forgot. Okay. Now, I had these things that I showed you the other day that were the layered pieces that came out of my my belly band. And I glued them together, and I just went around the outside edge. I thought about doing one of them in the center, but I think I may wait. And here was a couple pages of the Ephemera that I hadn't printed out yet. And this one I wanted in here, but it's so big, it's going to cover everything. And so I think this is going to go in one of the doorways. The little blue guy. And I like these little circles. I can always print this out again. These were to go into these little tag holders. But I think I'm going for the big peacock here. And I'm only going to cut the circle out. I don't think I'm going to use anything else. So, how big did that need to be? It's just about perfect. So I need to just cut around the outside edge. If I lose the rest of it, oh well, I'll lose the rest of it. But I need enough of it to glue to the edge of the window. Okay. Put this to the side. I might be able to use that for something. Who knows? All right. Let's do it like this. We'll turn this over and we'll glue it right there. Let's see how much sticks to it. If I did it right. Ooh, just about right. Just about. Okay, now we're going to do that again. Go ahead and do the whole back of it. And now do our backs. Edge. I always get ahead of myself. I love all this intricate detail and stuff on here too. It's gorgeous. All right, I got a little dot of glue there that I'm not impressed with. I need to get rid of him. He's right on the top too. All right, let me see if I can get that and not mess everything else up. Oh yeah, I got it. Then let me get everybody else down. And then I've got these two little extra pieces that were on the bottom. I guess I'm using them for an extension, so it looks like my doorway goes all the way down. I'm making a shadow in, aren't I? Oh, let me try to fix myself here. Okay, so this one, I'm thinking I need a little bit of a gap. So let me put a bit of a gap right there. And then I'll have a little gap down here. Perfect. Yeah. Just right. Oh, I got a piece still stuck in here. Yeah, I didn't want you to have to suffer through me cutting these things out. And I'll tell you, I had a lot of work to do to get all the little pieces and parts out of here. But I think it was worth it. It'll be worth it for, you know, the look it'll give my book. Because I think this is really going to dress it up. Okay, I'm going to put that one right there. I got another dot of glue. There. All right, got that out of there. So, that doorway is done. I know it might be a little chunky. It's not too bad, though. And, you know, it's a cloth cover. But I think that turned out really pretty. I like that. Yes. Okay. Set him to the side. And next, how are we going to decorate this one? Okay, I made this one to where it has extensions, so it can go all the way down. I'm trying to figure out how I want to put it in here, though. Is it going to be totally hidden, the upper corners? Let me put these to the side. Yes, I'm still trying to figure it out. And then I thought, well, you know, maybe I could put it over top. I think that was another one of my thoughts. To take it and put it up here. Now, you know, you can't see all my pretty tile work there, but it kind of gives a cage to the door itself. Let's see if I pull it down just a tad. it's doing its thing here. Yeah, something like that maybe. I think that's what we're going to go with. Now, to decorate the back, that's where I was saying I was going to use this one peacock, this one here. So we're going to cut that one out and then cut them out a little better here in a second. And I think he's going to go on the back to give me something to look at. I think this thing has a very pale frame around it. I can just barely see it. Now, this was a My Porch Prints kit. And I think it was just called Peacock. So if you're looking for one, that's where I got this one. And it seems to have a lot of pretty images. I showed those the other day to you. Now, see, he's going to go in there just like that. But I have this, which is a die I got from May Made It. It's a Doris, and it just calls it a geometric background. And that's the number if you need it. Right there. Got my finger in the way, you can't see it. So all I did was I put it on there like that. And then I went and I put it here and kind of went over some of the previous ones I'd cut so I could get an extended piece. So I'm wondering if that couldn't be my background back here. I know I'll have a little bit to cut off, but you know, I can use that in a little collage somewhere. And put that here. Maybe I can go all the way up. Put that here. Yep. And then I'll have this right there. And then I'll have this over top. Like there. Okay, let's start gluing. I can cut that off after I get this glued down. Now it's going to be probably just the outside edge and a little dot here and there on the inside. This was also some of my foil that I just got from Michael's, just to give me some different looks. Maybe do something like that. That's kind of the easiest way to do it. Just go in a line. Every other one. Okay. Down here somewhere it's going to touch, so that's why I was doing extra. Alright, let's see what we got. Meet up with the top. It's kind of an Arabian Nights kind of thing. Got a real pretty look to it. I thought I've seen it called quatrefoil. Quatrefoil, is that right? But yeah, it's a really pretty look to it. Oop. I went over a little bit with my glue. Whoopsie. Okay. There. And I'll put that up there for somewhere else. And then we're going to glue this one down. So I'm gluing the whole back side again. If I can hold my hand still long enough. I think my cousin Joan, she told me something about their Easters, and what it would be is they would come out Easter morning, and they would have the Easter bunny would leave them like a basket or something on the back side of the couch. Now, I don't know why the couch, but that's where she said they always were. They were on the back side of the couch. And I think she actually has a picture with herself and her goodie there. But it was just, you know, basket with some chocolates and a little few games and toys and such in it. She was the youngest, so I don't know that my mom ever got anything like that, because she was already over here with her grandmother in this town. Alright, let's see what we can do to glue this one, because this is a wishy-washy one. And I'm not sure that I need to do more than just this edge, because the rest of it kind of goes inside. I don't know where I need to glue. Whoa. Okay. Let's see what this does. And it's going to go almost all the way up to where it's right there at the arch. See, I didn't have anything touching but this one little bit here. I hope this is going to work. Let's see. Over here, it's not touching. There, I got a little bit of it touching there. That's good. Just have to manhandle it. Okay, and then we'll finish off the strip. I think this one goes over here. Right there. Oh, goodness, I gotta get some things made for the shop. I think it's going to be some little travel journals, but it's going to be mostly the floral themed kind of deals. Oh, I'm gluing the wrong part. That's alright, nothing's going to touch it anyway. Yeah, it's going to be like a floral theme. And I need to probably do a few paperback journals, because those sold that I last did, they had a floral theme. So everybody's into spring. Everybody's wanting spring. Okay, let's see. Is that good? See if I can cut that off without damaging anything. All right. Does it look like it's still holding together? It is. And we're going to put our piece in the center so we have our theme. It kind of looks like it could be like a stained glass to me. Now, I'll probably do a few more kind of door situations in here with, I won't set up with this same kind of a situation, but I may use one of these in it. See how pretty that would be? So that may be what those end up being used for eventually. All right, we have that together. Now, that piece is done. We'll set it over here to dry. Our next piece is this, and it's going to be another napkin situation. It's the napkin that Nilda sent me, online painting school, and we're just going to use one. Well, look, there's one big one and there's one little one. Well, I want the little one. Now, this is what you get at the bank. Atlantic Union Bank. So this is what we get at the bank, and I'm going to probably have to cut it down a little bit. I think I'm going to make a belly band out of it. A belly band pocket. Now, it's already 6.5 where you would fold it, or, you know, where the pocket part is. So I'm going to be cutting it down to 5.5. So I need to go in a whole inch. Like right there, and cut that part off. Alright, I was going to cut it off, but what I need to do is probably make it to where one of the little pieces comes over like a lip, like it is right now. So let's do this. We're going to cut the whole end off, and then we're going to cut down at like a wedge to the mark that I made. Okay. And then we're going to fold this forward and fold it on the line. I think I need to come a little forward on that one. And then that's the part we're going to cut off right there. So I'm going to pull this part back and I'm going to cut along that line. I didn't even have to fold it, did I? Well, I had to fold one. It was one or the other. Okay, that gets taken off. So, now, I got paint on my finger. Oh, well. This is the opened end. Okay, so this is the end we're going to glue. Alright, let's glue that. Now, you know, I wonder if this is long enough now. I didn't even think about that. Let's test it out. Okay. Because if it's not long enough, which I don't think it is. Oh, how are we going to do that? Because this is almost 6. It's over 6 with the point on it. So, what do we know? What do we know? I guess it's going to stick out a little bit. I'll do it this way. And this will be just about right. I need to probably glue this a little bit better right in here. So whenever something hits it, it's not going to get stuck. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cover it and see what happens. Let's get that out of the way. I want this napkin right here. But I need to... I need to figure out where I need to cut it. I want that in the center. And see, I got a little bit that's probably like that is what I need. So, let me kind of mark it to where I know I need to cut it. I don't want to waste my other feathers here. This one's going to get a little bit of trimming, but I can always fix that. Okay, let's do that. That helps. We're going to do us a little trim like that. this. Okay, yeah, I didn't lose too much. And now what I need to do is get in here with my Scotch tape. Pick that off. Okay. Pick off the excess. One down, one to go. There's always two. All right. Now I need to get my little paper down here, and we're going to we're going to glue this with the glue stick. My Tombow glue stick. I love this little guy. Does the job every time. All right, I've got that writing behind there, but I think it's kind of going to cover it up because of all this edging, so I don't need to really do anything else to it. All right, let's see. This, the white background works for me, so I'm going to not worry about anything else there. All right, let's see what we can do. I had a few wrinkles in it, so I was making sure I got those wrinkles out. There we go. Sticks over just a little bit. Let's fix that. All right, so that part's done. Now all we got to do is glue it down. Hopefully, yep, right in the center. Now what's the rest of it look like? Oops, I had a little piece there. I don't think that any of that's going to really hurt me. I can't say that it will. Do I have a little piece left on here that, yeah. Let me trim this little piece off. Let's see about putting that down in here, and that'll hide all of that. Okay, I fixed my parts that I didn't like. So we have this around the outside that I'm going to go ahead and use some vintage photo oxide on, because it's got that color in here in the feather, and I don't think it'll hurt anything. I'm thinking about putting a word or something on this part up here, but not today. I'll wait and see for something. I may have to cut it down. I don't know. That's why I'm going to wait. Now, I can still see the bank, but I think when I glue this down, you're not going to see it. The back side is going to be covered because it's going to be the part that's going to be the belly band. All right, let's go ahead and get our goodie on here. Let's see what she looks like. Again, just going around the outside edge mostly. Maybe a little bit on the inside. Ooh. Ooh. Likes to go down the little holes. That's the only thing. And then, yeah, around the inside window. And then maybe a little bit on this part here. And this part here. Okay, that ought to be enough. Now, gotta get it centered. And then I want my feather right in the middle. Yep, yep, yep. Just like that. Now, if it ends up, this has to be, you know, it can't go that way and it has to go that way. I'm fine. It's a pocket. It's some type of pocket. Ooh, ooh. Look at there. Those little guys are sticking up. Didn't realize they'd do that. So I gotta put them down. Okay. Anything else? I think there's a little bit right here. Well, always check your little loose pieces. I thought all this was attached already. I didn't pay attention. Okay. There. I think that's good. I might have one right there. All right. Next. So we have our little pocket done. And it's going to, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 5.5 there. I'm thinking it can stick out. It may be where I just go ahead and trim that down to be just a little kind of a tab. Oh, that would be cute. It would be sort of a tab that stuck out. And yeah, that would work. So that might be what I end up doing. Thinking on the fly. Thinking on the fly. Okay. Now these little guys, these windows, more than likely I'm going to use something like that with them. But I'm going to show you something else that I bought, which is this. I like the tile part of it, and I didn't even know why I was buying it. But it's perfect for this. It's got a little yellow in it, but the blues are perfect. I got it at Hobby Lobby, 74 cents. It's a removable vinyl. So I can find a piece of paper and put it on there, and then I'm going to do it just like this. And see, some of those colors kind of match what's here, or they do to me. So I'm probably going to do something like that and like that. And I just have to find a base. No, I don't know about that one. I'm not sure about the purple. I may have to recut some of these and make them the colors that's in this, or just, yeah. Okay, I'm still thinking about it. But this will be the background for these two windows. So I'm going to have a tile design there as well. And what else was I going to do? Oh, I had this cut out. Just kind of showing you things that I had that I'm going to be working with. This was the cutout for the one we just did with the envelope. And it's perfect for a door as well. So it will probably also get glued onto this, and something will be in behind here as decoration. And then this was the cutout for the big oval shaped door. Let me bring him back over here. So this one, the big oval shaped guy, this was the cutout that came out of it. Now I have these fans, which kind of remind me of a tail. So I did an embossed image with that. And I'm trying to figure out how I would decorate this. It's somehow I'd do some kind of a, maybe I'll do this again in another color, so it will be over top of it. So it will look just like a door. So that's another idea. I can't show them all at once. I'm sorry. But let me get this out of the way, and I'm going to show you what we did do today. All kinds of ideas and not enough time to do it. Well, I really appreciate everybody coming by and sticking with me if you're still around. But yes, we did this door for one of the pages. And we did this door, which is beautiful, or it could be like a large window. I don't know. And then we did this, which is going to be a pocket, either this way or that way. And I haven't decided which. But all right. Well, I really thank you, and I hope everybody has a good day, a great Easter, and a pleasant day outside for the day of Easter. All right. Thank you. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.